Well, hello, everybody. I am so excited to have you here today. Today, we are actually trying a new thing. This is something that I spoke to Mill Contemporary Gallery to see if we could do a live broadcast. Today, they are actually inaugurating a new exhibition with new works by many of the artists that they represent. And they have been representing me for about 2.5 years now. And it has been a really wonderful experience to be showing my artwork with them. So I am very excited to introduce you today, our guide, who is an amazing person. Her name is Patricia Baldwin, and she is a staff member of Mill Contemporary Gallery for many years. And she's going to be giving us a tour of the gallery as well as showing you some of my pieces. This should be a really fun experience. It's something new for me, but I am excited to be here. I'm actually in my home in Placitas, and they are in Santa Fe, New Mexico on Canyon Road. So we're going to be sharing links and also the different pieces that I have on display there, as well as the work of other artists that show their beautiful and amazing art. So I'm going to welcome now, let me see, Patricia, let me see. Hello, Patricia, how are you?
Hi, Jade. Hello, and how are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. It's so wonderful to see you. And thank you so much for agreeing to do this. And it's so wonderful to be able to share this beautiful space at Mill Contemporary on Canyon Road, and as well as seeing you and to be able
Yes, it is
to
beautiful.
share a nice day today. It's beautiful out.
It's my pleasure. It's a beautiful day, a gorgeous day here on Canyon Road. I guess
Yes,
it's too bright out there to be able to tell,
yes,
but it's even more beautiful here inside the gallery, if you
yes,
can imagine that.
yes.
And here we are in our main room. Just
Nice. It's
in this
beautiful. You know,
room.
like one of the things that I wanted to say before we get started, I would love Patricia's gonna give us a tour of the gallery, just show us around the space, but also if you're near Canyon Road, go out, you guys, and visit. Like they take just not very many visitors at one time because of COVID, of course. Please make sure you
Yeah.
have a mask on. And
Yes.
also, it's wonderful to be able to feature this exhibition in this platform. This is actually a pre-opening viewing, so this is an exclusive. You're actually going to get to see the exhibition before anyone else. So welcome, and it's wonderful. This is just such a cool experience. So yes, Patricia, would you like to show us
Yes.
around a little bit?
I would like to
Awesome.
show you around, and as you can see, I have my mask on,
Yes,
and I hope that everyone can hear me. Okay, but
yes,
I'm
we can
going
hear
to
you.
show you. This is our first room, and I'm just going to uh, give a look around the gallery
I
here.
love that artist. Wow.
Yes, this is actually a James Havard. Um, and then here we have some work by John Chang.
Yes, I love his work too. I love the way he frames his art as well.
And then here we have work by Sherry Bologna.
Yes. I
Oh,
shared an exhibit with her at one time. She's a wonderful person.
yes, she is. She is from Colorado, from the Denver area.
Beautiful
And
abstract
this
work.
piece is so colorful. It's titled Saturday.
Yes.
Don't ask me why. We don't ask the artists about their titles. Not always. I think sometimes with Jade we do. Um, but anyway, Sherry is quite the colorist also, and
Yes.
she is very influenced and inspired by Wolf Kahn, especially in a piece like this with these
Okay.
colors, as you can see.
Wonderful.
And
Yes.
so this
I
is
love the art.
our room number one. I hope that everyone can see what
Yes.
a lovely
Yes, we can
space
see it
this
very
is.
well.
Now we're going to go into the room that is featuring Jade's work.
Oh, as far as walking around the breeding? Yeah, we gotta make sure.
And here
Oh, yeah.
we have work by LA artist Raymond Logan.
I love his art too. Oh my god, it's just like the way
Yes.
how he like little. It's like
Mhm.
puntillism. I don't know how you say it in English. That technique, sort of like Van Gogh did.
All right. This is a kind of a
Uh huh.
pointillist technique that I'm gonna take my mask off for a second because I'm not near anyone. This is a pointillist technique that is plays tricks on your optic nerves so that the colors tend to vibrate. And he is our artist from LA, and he's really into nostalgic objects and places and things. Anyway, here we
Very
come
nice.
to Jade's work, and we will talk about each one individually.
Yes. Yeah,
This one,
we're gonna see like some of the rooms first, and then we're gonna go into each piece, and we're gonna talk about it briefly.
right,
You guys
right.
get
And
get
this
used
is
to it.
this piece and this area here is right by our entry door. So now we're going to walk into the third room, and I have to put my mask back on.
So, you know, we have some crime.
So here we are,
But,
and
they're doing a live
Jade,
broadcast. The
Yes.
I'll let you talk a little bit about
Oh
these.
yes, we
And
that this is a Jamie Chase, right? Is the name of the artist?
correct.
Yes, I love his art. It's figurative, but he also has like these really broad brush strokes. I just love that style so much.
Yes, yes. And here
Very
is one of his. This is one of his newest pieces, titled "A Way Forward,"
uh-huh.
and we all should look forward. Um, anyway, pardon the chaos. There's a little bit of chaos in this room.
That's all right.
So let me walk into the next room because we are in an active gallery, of course, and there's a transaction in progress.
Oh, okay.
And so, yes, and so this is our fourth room, and it's really quite a lovely space we have here.
Yes, and for the people who do not know Santa Fe in New Mexico, you can see also behind me. You can see that's an Adobe style building. Also,
Yeah,
like the gallery is in that same style as well. So it's a
and
very old.
I don't know if you can see here, but the doorways are very low.
Yes,
And
yes,
so, and then the ceilings
with the
have
vigas.
vigas.
Uh huh.
And so this is the work of Russell Baldwin, who
Mm-hmm.
happens to be my husband,
Yes,
and they are quite beautiful and colorful also.
he's an amazing landscape artist.
Yes.
Incredible.
And so this show is actually called Dia de los Colores. And
Yeah,
so we're all about color this time.
that's
We
why I
do
dressed
have
up like this today, so everybody
yes.
could have like a good amount of color. Too.
Yes, and this is another piece, a lovely piece by Sherry Valona,
Mm-hmm.
as you
Beautiful.
can probably tell her style.
Yes.
And so, Jade, I guess we can talk about some of your individual pieces now.
Sure. Yeah, that would be wonderful. I wanted to bring up too, just briefly, that for people who have not been to Santa Fe, New Mexico, Canyon Road is one of the biggest markets in the world for art, and it's quite the destination. It's a historic district in Santa Fe, and the street itself, it's like old school, like lots of like old school New Mexico people were born there, but it became a gallery strip, and it's quite a destination to visit. Like in Santa Fe, I recommend you absolutely to go ahead and visit because it's just such an amazing place to be. Yeah, so it's a quite the spot for sure.
That's for sure. It's very dark. Yes, and here we are back in the main room
Awesome.
featuring the work of Jade. And
Thank
so,
you.
Jade,
Yes.
which
So,
piece would you like to talk about first?
we can go in order if you want, and I will be showing a still, and then we can show details. Like after
Okay,
after I show the still, we can go ahead and show pannings of the detail up close.
great,
So we
great,
can go in order if you'd like. That works for me.
wonderful idea. So you go ahead. I'll follow your lead.
Okay, thank you. So we can start with the daffodil one, daffodil dreams,
Okay,
and then we can move around the room.
okay. And so here we are. And this is the Daffodil Dreams.
Yes.
And
That is daffodil dreams. Yes.
I hope that there is not a glare.
No, it's showing all right. It's showing okay. Yes, this is a new piece that I just finished, folks. I did it for this exhibit, and yeah, I'm going to show a still right now. This is the piece. It's called Sueños Narcisos, Daffodil Dreams. It is acrylic on canvas, and the size is 30 by 20. So I do have information on the gallery scrolling up at the bottoms. If you are interested in calling in and asking for any information about these pieces, they will be so happy to help you. So all right, cool. That's beautiful. I just think that
That's,
the quality of the video is so good. Makes my paintings look so good.
oh, good. Oh, it's beautiful. I just love that shell earring. I think that's spectacular. I hope everyone can see it and also the actual daffodils.
Yeah, that painting took a while.
I'm sure it did, Jade. I just don't know how you do it, but I love the way that
Thank you so
the
much, Patricia.
flowers and the plant is intertwined with the woman's braids, and the bees are engaging, and she is having a sweet dream. You can
Yes,
tell that. Lovely, lovely. Yes,
yes. Yeah, the braids and the beads are a staple of my work. I actually incorporate a lot of indigenous women into my paintings as well, and the long braids are a symbol is the symbolism of the culture of indigenous people. And also like the bees, actually they're very close to my heart. I have been doing a lot of activism for them over the years to teach people how to help them to recover their population globally. So yeah, you're gonna see in the next pieces that we're gonna see some of the some more bees and stuff like that. So I just wanted to bring that up for people who are not familiar with my art. i
yes.
I wanted to say that as well. So let's move to the next one, Patricia. Let's see, what do we have?
We have this
We come from the
wonderful, wonderful.
stars.
We
So this
come
is
from this.
we come from the stars. I'm gonna show a still of it now. Hold on, give me one second.
Okay.
This is we come from the stars. This is an acrylic on canvas. They're all on a gallery canvas, and it's 30 by 30 is quite large. And this is a piece that is also very close to my heart because it was a I actually said on my art page on Facebook for people to tell me 20 words, and I would create a mandala out of that and make a composition. And this is what I came up with. So yes, I took the still off now. I'm gonna put you
And
on the.
that was a wonderful idea, Jade, asking for people to contribute with their 20 words. So it is quite a collaboration.
Yes. So some people said, like, if you get up close, somebody said a rose, somebody said hummingbirds, somebody said snake. And so
Yes,
that's how I created music. I created the seashells creating that music coming out of it, the monarch butterflies, the moon, the stars, rain. Somebody said cherry blossoms, and that's what is coming out of the heart. There's
oh,
like cherry.
beautiful. Beautiful, yes, against
So,
that
mhm.
beautiful teal color. And then, Jade,
Yes,
this almost looks like a snake skin.
it is a snake. It doesn't have a head, but it has the actual, like the
Uh,
actual shape of it is kind of sort of like a snake, like, and also like the texture also has that
right,
that snake texture to it.
beautiful, beautiful. And there's a rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yep.
is so lovely, so lovely.
Very nice. Yeah, thank you so much for showing it up close. It gives our viewers an opportunity to see the paintings up closer.
Well,
So
it's especially nice to see the center I think, the very center.
Yes, and that's how all of my mandala pieces evolve that way. I think everyone who paints in mandalas is the same thing. You start in the middle and then you grow the painting
Right.
towards the
And work
outer.
your way out.
Uh-huh.
Right. And
Awesome.
this
Well,
one,
thank you. Thank you so
one.
much, Patricia, for showing this one too.
Okay, well, it's my pleasure.
Let's see. What do we have next?
Well, next we have the Circle of Life.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Circle of Life. This is a piece that I'm gonna show the actual the piece in here. This is a piece that is called Círculo de Vida, a translation, a circle of life. And it's an acrylic on canvas, 24 by 24, also on a gallery style canvas. The reason why I have done this several times. This is Three Sisters form of agriculture, which mix squash. You can see the squash blossoms, and then the corn, and then the beans. And these are three crops that are indigenous to the Americas, and it has been an ancient form of agriculture in New Mexico, but also in all of throughout the Americas, so in Latin America as well. And all of the indigenous people are familiar with this form of agriculture. So yes, this is a piece that I finished, I believe, last year. And yeah, and the pointy things that you see is actually, you see this depiction is like the four directions, and they come depicted in the Aztec calendar. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off now so Patricia can show us a close up.
Right,
Oh, I
right.
love those
Uh,
roses. Very
yeah,
beautiful.
this is beautiful. And they just set off your beautiful Circle of Life painting.
Yes, and it
And
has the background is actually like a solid gold background. Like
yes,
those circles are gold color, so they're iridescent. And
yes,
uh-huh.
yes. And you can see here a little bit of the sparkle. And and each of the ears of corn is a different color.
Yes, yes, which is like interesting because it's like the the different shades of corn that we have. We have many more than that for sure, but I like depicting.
Yeah. Yes, look at that. Look at those colors. They just sing.
Yes,
They really do.
quite.
And I like the pods in each
Yes,
corn.
that's how the beans come in those ejotes they call them.
Okay. And then here again, the very center.
Uh-huh. That's a mandala as well.
It's a bit quiet.
Outer.
I didn't lose you, did I? And Jade? Jade? Did I lose you, Jade? Mhm. Jade? Did I lose you, Jade?
Can you hear me okay? Hi, Patricia?
Hi. Hi,
Hi.
did we
Something
both cut
happened. I do not know what happened. It went off for a bit. So the last piece that we saw was the circle of life. That was the last one that we saw.
Right, right. And
Sorry
yes,
about that, folks. It was something happened with connection.
yes, I'm sorry, folks, that happened, but anything can happen this year.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
I think that everybody's used to that by now. Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
this
So
piece
here,
this
yes.
piece is called Soy de Maíz. I am of corn, and it's a piece that she has depicted an ear of corn or on her forehead. And this is something that people who are of indigenous descent have corn is actually a very close to our cultures. And also, for instance, like I grew up in Mexico City, and traveling also I lived in different areas in Mexico as well, in Guadalajara and also in Sonora. But I corn, it has been like a part of my diet, like mainly, like I have eaten so much corn and I love it, and it is something that is really much part of not only a culture but also part of religious and also cycles of the year. So yeah, so this is made of corn, soy de maíz, and I hope you enjoy it. She is wearing a necklace that is that has the ears of the little kernels of corn of the different colors. And I will show a still too, like after we're done showing this one. And so yeah, you can see it's a small piece. It's 12 by 12, and it has an iridescent. Actually, the paint on the background on this piece has that kind of paint that changes color. So if you
Yeah.
look at it from one angle, it looks kind of turquoise, and if you look at it from another angle, it looks sort of more blue or almost
Yes.
purplish.
Yes. Yes.
So it depends on the time of day.
It is.
If you have it on
The
a
colors
window,
are stunning. I hope the colors are coming through.
yes, it looks beautiful. Like the quality is so good. In fact, your video looks much better than mine for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, and I want to add that she is a very, very beautiful woman
I'm going to
depicted
show
here.
you quickly just a still of this piece. So it's
Okay.
with the maíz. I am made of corn, acrylic on canvas, 12 by 12. Um, there we go. So great. So let's move on to the next piece,
All
Patricia.
right. All right. So the next, here we are with a bee again. And
This is
this
Apis
one.
mellifera, which is Apis mellifera. I'm gonna show the still first. This is
Oh,
a still of it. It's Apis mellifera. It's a common honeybee. This is the Latin name, the scientific name for the common honeybee, which is the European honeybee, and it's an acrylic on canvas, 20 by 16, also on a gallery wrapped canvas. And yeah, so let's take a look.
all
All right.
righty. Yeah.
So this piece actually, another thing that is a staple of my artwork is I love painting bees with lace wings, just to depict a little bit and bring up their royalty, because they're we depend on them, and they're definitely the number one most important creature in the planet, because they pollinate our food. So I try to put them as elegant as possible so we pay attention. And we also, they're beautiful creatures, they're magical, and they have we have so many different species, but this one is one of the European honeybees. So I hope you
Yeah.
enjoy it. She is surrounded by poppies. This is, of
Poppies.
course, is magical realism. Is something that is not meant to be seen as with a like a straight up mind. It's something that is more of a dreamlike metaphor sort of mentality. So
Right.
yeah.
And look at the eyes of the bee. There's such clarity. It really is a special piece.
Thank
Stunning.
you.
Yes, and in keeping with bees, what we have next is a favorite, one of my personal favorites too.
This one
And
is I'm gonna show really quick. A This is a still of it. It's called Guardiana de Abejas, the Bee Guardian, and it's an acrylic on canvas piece, 16 by 20. And this piece here is it's an interesting. I painted this piece out of an experience that I had. That I went to the Yucatan Peninsula, and I was invited to visit an indigenous family, a Mayan family, to experience the Melipona bees, which are bees that don't have a stinger. So the woman that received us, her name was Berta, and she was so wonderful. Her and her sister are the ones that led that communities, 5 families that nurture the Melipona bees. And you see, like around her head, there is like the what you see there. It sort of like a wasp comb, but it's not. They have like they opened up like the combs for us, and it was really wonderful because they don't sting you. So it was a thing that we were not threatened at all. It was so cool to like experience that, not being afraid and being like around all these amazing like swarm of bees without being threatened, because they don't have a stinger. They're very, very gentle. So I painted this piece out of that experience because Berta really stole my heart. She was an amazing person, and she was her and her sister and her father were there, and they took the time to show us around, and opening up the boxes and giving us the honey to taste, which was amazing too. Like that, the honey that the melipona bee makes is 10 times more medicinal than regular bee honey, because they feed in the rainforest in the Yucatan. They feed on the most medicinal plants that come out of that area. So yes, so this is I try to like also put the background of this painting. You can see how it has these different shades of it. Like it has a little turquoise and some sort of browns blending through. And this is also, I painted that to honor the cenotes that exist in the Yucatan Peninsula, which are like underground pools that have, they're pristine, and they have like, they don't allow you to get in if you have like any kind of, they're protected by the Mayan people. You cannot bathe in them if you have sunscreen or mosquito repellent. You have to shower before you get into the pools, and they're that color. They're like turquoise, beautiful, pristine water. So this is, and they're
Yeah.
caves under the ground. So I wanted to like honor that, like she's inside a cenote with the melipona bees.
Oh, that certainly comes through. Everything, it all comes through just as you described. And also with this lovely pink dress with
She
such
was
amazing
wearing,
features.
she was wearing that. It's something similar. I actually paint from memory most of the time, so I try to
Wow.
paint like a shirt that how I remember the shirt that she was wearing.
And this almost looks like organza. It's
Yes.
translucent. And there's such lovely detail. I just hope that shows up because it really is truly amazing. And so I guess we should move on
Yes.
to this wonderful piece, which
Thank you.
is
Yes. This
quite
piece
extraordinary.
very close to my heart, and it was actually, I'm gonna put it looks much better in person, and like you're showing it, than on the picture I'm showing right now. But this is a piece that was actually recently featured on Colores PBS in New Mexico. I was interviewed, and I was so grateful to have been interviewed with them. And this is a program that they do for different artists. It's called Colores. I encourage you to look it up. And this is a piece that was featured there. And this is Quetzales, the Quetzales Aurraca. It's from Quetzal to Magpies, and it's an acrylic on canvas, 30 inches by 24. And there's a contact information also scrolling on the bottom if you would like to, find out more information. Any questions that you might have, please call the gallery. So I'm gonna take the image off now. So I'm gonna put you on the first here. And so this is a piece that is very close to my heart because it's divided. You can see how it's divided in two. So the part on the left, the one where the quetzal bird is the story of a woman when she lived in her homeland, which she would be a person who would be like from Chiapas. And you can see again the flowy, very long braid going around the painting. And this is like depicting the freedom that one can have when we're in our own country. But also at the same time, like the quetzal bird is actually a symbol of freedom as well, because the quetzal bird is not able to survive. Like if you try to catch it, it does not, like it literally dies within an hour. So
Oh, isn't
it's a
that
bird
sad?
that cannot live in the zoos or anything because it cannot be caught. So it's a symbol of freedom for the people. So it's that part of, that's the reason why I wanted to depict a quetzal bird, because you have like this
Right.
freedom, but in your heart lives in your homeland. Even though, for instance, like I have been living in the U.S. for 20 years, and I have such a deep love of the place where I'm from. And this painting is not me, but I'm just saying like how it feels. Like I'm sure like people who are born in a different state, for instance, in the US, you always have that like nostalgia, right, for your
Right.
homeland. And then
Right.
in the middle
Yes.
part, you can see there's a barbed wire. There's a barbed wire, and that would resemble like the border, and how like the person that was she was before she crossed the border, and she came to the US to work on the farmland. So this is a piece that is dedicated to the people who work in the farms and all of the immigrant labor that is incredible, that actually without them this country would not be able to survive. And in the regard of produce, and how like the labor of these people is so crucial and so important. So anyway, so the magpie is also a bird that is native to this, also indigenous to the US as well. So I wanted to like put the juxtaposition of a bird that is from like Mexico and Central America, and also, with a couple birds that are from this area. And I chose the magpie because I find them, they're birds that are like kind of fly around, and they're kind of like, I love seeing them when I lived in
I do
Wyoming.
too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
in
them.
Jackson Hole, I used to see them all the time, and I think they're fascinating. And
I
so,
think there's something magical about them too.
yes,
Um, they look magical in flight. Um,
yes, their colors are unbelievable. I guess they're related to ravens as well, and crows. But so yeah, so this woman is holding on her hands. She is holding a basket with all these different produce, right? 'Cause she's offering. This is like her offering, like her labor and her sweat. And the bandana that she's wearing on her neck before, she used to use to decorate herself, also to as a symbol of identity for indigenous people in different areas in Chiapas, for instance. People wear the bandana as a way of identifying themselves with a certain particular group of people. And so, and on this side of the border, she uses it. It's not as symbolic anymore. It's used now to clear up her sweat. And she's also depicted in black and white with a plaid shirt and a baseball cap. She's crossed into another place. She's a new person. She's cut her braid down, and she is working in the farm, working really hard. And so yeah, this is something that, just to put the spotlight on the beautiful work that immigrant labor workers do.
yes, it's such a meaningful piece and beautiful at the same time. Extraordinary, Jade.
And it can be
And
also applied to many. It's not only for I have had one interesting thing that I get from people is that, let me move this over. And one interesting thing I get from people quite a bit is that people from all different kinds of backgrounds relate to my paintings for some reason. So this can be actually applied to a story, like a stone, like a time in your life when you were before, and then something changed and you became this other. It's like a transformation.
right,
It's a
exactly.
transformation more than anything else.
Right, right. I understand so many of us do reinvent ourselves. And
Like right
so,
now with COVID, right?
right, I think we can all relate. So, yes, extraordinary. And then, shall we move to
Yes, sure, absolutely.
this next
This
mandala? Is, oh, I just love it.
Yes, this one is called Ancestros, and I'm gonna show it here in a still real quick. It's called
Oh,
Ancestros, which is called our ancestors, and it's acrylic on canvas, 24 by 24. And this piece is also on a gallery wrapped canvas. And I'm gonna take the still off now. Um, and this
okay.
piece I quite enjoyed creating. Also, is a mandala sort of shape. And the reason why I really loved depicting this piece is because I love nopales, the actual, let me move it like this so I can explain. I love prickly pear in Mexico City, like in the surrounding areas. Like, you can actually, they're trees, literally, like you can stand under one, and they're like their canopies are like, the paths are like, is they're so large. And so, yeah, prickly pear is a very big part of my culture. Also, corn is, as well, in Mexico, Latin America, but also in the US with all of the indigenous peoples. And so, yeah, the ancestors is like the close relationship that people have food wise. it's a food source for many places in Mexico. Is very common, especially in the southern part of Mexico, to eat the pads of the prickly pear and also the fruit.
Mm.
So it's delicious. It's so good. You really have
Oh,
to know how to cook it though, in order to for it to turn good, because it's like slimy. You have to know how to take the slime out. And
oh,
but the corn and the prickly pear are two crops that are very close to a very close relationship to the people of the Americas, of the ancient world, of this side of the world. And had a lot of fun because I painted the silk of the corn. I painted it with gold paint as well. So if
right.
when you're near this piece, also like it kind of changes color and shades according to the lighting. And it's really, I just enjoy having iridescent paint because of that, because depending how you're looking at it, it changes almost form and color as well.
It does. And it most certainly pops. The contrast of the green and the bright pink red, it just vibrates. It really vibrates. It's an extremely special piece to me, Jade. I told you that. It really is. And so
Wonderful.
I
So cool,
hope that you.
Patricia. I have
Yeah.
I have nothing but gratitude with you for doing this. And I just thought, one of the things that I thought is, because you know how careful I am being with COVID. And so, yeah, I really appreciate like you guys being open to doing this showing. And I think that a lot of the people who are watching right now are appreciating it, for them to be able to see the gallery space, to meet you.
Yes.
I have had a really wonderful relationship with you for almost 3 years now in the gallery. Working with you has been
Yeah.
a really extremely good experience. I have my feeling is that my work has been respected and treated with respect, and also with you lift me up, and I appreciate that so much. I just feel so lucky and so privileged to be able to be represented by someone like you. Having
Well,
this partnership is amazing.
Jade, the truth is we are the lucky ones. And you have lifted us up, and it is so much our pleasure, our immense pleasure to be representing you and to be able to be open now during this time. And everyone who comes in, all of our visitors have been very respectful. Everyone is wearing their masks and keeping their social distance. But we're so glad that we can share the beautiful artwork that we have with our visitors.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And that's one of the things that I'm glad that you guys are open for business, and you have like it's like a slower flow, but it's still safe and a good environment. And so, if you guys are up for visiting Canyon Road, I encourage you to do so. They are located on 644 Canyon Road in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And I'm scrolling down. If you're gonna if you would like to contact the gallery, again, the information is scrolling on the bottom of this page. And also, you can actually also contact them on their website. I'm gonna put that on now. Their website is let me see. Um, right here, Milk
Yes,
Contemporary. So
yes.
milkcontep.com as well. You can check out like the different artists. You can check them out. And yeah, so this is a wonderful, wonderful experience. And we have the reason why I wanted to dress like this, Patricia, just going away from the art, is because Dia de los Muertos is approaching.
Yes.
Day of the
And
Dead is
that's a
approaching.
very,
So I dressed up for you. See, so I put this.
oh, beautiful.
It's all hand
Beautiful.
embroidered in Mexico. And also, I have a visitor here that I can show you. Since we're talking about Dia de los Muertos, it's not to be scary for people who are not familiar with Dia de los Muertos or anything like that. It's like skeletons are actually a way of celebrating life in Mexico. So I have one right here it was made by my mother. So so she's right here.
Oh, look at that. Oh my,
So
isn't
my
she
mom made her, and
lovely?
I dressed her up. See? Oh my
I
gosh, I can.
see.
And she has
I
like her
see.
little flower on the side.
Well, I wish we had both of you here right now at the
Yeah,
gallery.
look at her. Look at her little. Let me see, like right there, like her dress, her feet.
Oh my goodness. And your mother made this.
And I have another one right here. I'm gonna show it to you really quick too. Also, my mom made it. I dressed her up as well.
Yes. Yes.
She took a
Well,
class. My mother took a class with for the ones that have been to Frida Kahlo's house. Frida Kahlo has this gigantic in her home. It's a museum now, but there's all these gigantic figures that are they are like made out of paper mache. And the man who already passed away, he was very old. My mom took a class from him and made these skeletons. So the man
oh, wow.
who made the same
Great.
pieces at Frida Kahlo's house taught my mom how to make these skeletons. And you can see, like I put masks on them.
Wonderful. I'm so glad you shared that with us.
Yeah, so you can see the little her feet. So
Yes. Now,
these are
have you
the
ever,
two ladies. So I thought that would be kind of fun to share with you.
yes, it is fun. And Jade, have you ever made one of the skeletons
I have
yourself?
made like smaller ones. I have made like smaller stuff. Yes, I have made paper mache figurines, but I mainly make like Oaxacan inspired dragons
Okay,
and things like that. But
good.
uh, but yeah, this has been a wonderful time, and I am so excited to have shared this time with you, Patricia. Thank you
Oh,
for your
oh,
kindness and
yeah.
for showing around and for like taking your time and doing this. I really appreciate it. And let me
Oh,
see,
it's my
just before we go, I would like to take out. I would like to tell you some comments. Would you like to hear them?
I would love to hear the
Yeah.
comments. Yeah.
Okay. If you would like to sit down or whatever, like I will be more than happy to share with you. So
Okay,
we had
yes.
my mother is watching in Yucatan Peninsula. Oh, hello,
Oh,
mom.
great.
How are you? Rob Martinez. He says hello. Um, Somebody's
Oh,
saying CJ Shake is wonderful tour. Uh, Priscilla Garcia, yay, we sure miss going to galleries and museums. Thank you for inviting your fans. Thank you so much for being here. Paul Conley, saludos, Jade, felicidades. Las obras están bellísimas, that the paintings are beautiful. Nancy
oh,
Henson, this is so much fun. Thank you.
it is
Uh,
fun.
yes. Hi, Jade, beautiful. Julie Brocken. Hello, Julie. Teresa Boza, who is my aunt who lives in California. She is my newly found family who was missing, like I never met them before. She is my
Wow.
father's family. They found me. So
That's
she says, congratulations, your art is beautiful. I love it. Uh, Let me see. Chastin Clegg, I thought I pronounced it right. I love her. And Timothy Aquilina, que suave. Teresa Bosa, I love your outfit. People are saying so inspiring. My mom enjoying this wonderful moment with both of you. Thank you, mom. She's in Yucatan
oh, and
Peninsula.
so hello to your mother
They
and
just went
hello
through
to
a scare right now because they had a hurricane just miss them by like a it was a category 4, and they're like right now, I hope that it is heading towards New Orleans, but it missed them just by a little bit. But anyway,
well,
hello to the Yucatan Peninsula, all my family there. I'm glad you're safe. There's more comments coming in, Patricia, if you don't mind, just really quick.
no, not at all. I enjoy hearing them.
Let me see. Terry Box, thank you for sharing your beautiful work and energy. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to see your beautiful artwork. Hearing the explanation and inspiration for each piece was wonderful. Thank you for your time and welcoming us into your museum, Patricia. This is from Irene Nino
Yes,
Scott. So yes,
my
wonderful. Like I just think this is such a good thing. I think that we're probably gonna have more comments coming in later. So if you wanna check
oh,
in at a later time on my art page, you can check out more comments. And
I will see that.
yes, thank you so
And
much
if
for.
yes, and I'm wondering if you have any other questions. If any of the folks watching have questions, um, I'm here.
Yes,
uh,
yes, this is Patricia Baldwin, everyone. She is an amazing person and representative at the gallery, and she has I have been working with her for a long time in the gallery. Like she has been representing me in the gallery, and she is wonderful to talk to. Please give her a call if you have any questions about any of the pieces that I showed today. And again, just really quick before we go, I'd like to show this is their website, and the information is scrolling at the bottom. Thank you, folks, for being
And
here.
we are open 5 days a week, Wednesday through Sunday,
Wednesday through Sunday.
12 to 5. Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you so much for saying
Yes.
that, Patricia. I appreciate that. Do you have
Thank
anything
you.
else you would like to add or anything?
Uh, I'll probably think of something as soon as I get off, but right now, no.
Okay, no problem. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for your kindness. We love you. Thank you so much for receiving us in the space and
And we
provide
love
this
you.
opportunity for people to
Yes.
see your space.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a sincere pleasure. Thank you.
Please stay safe. Everyone stay safe, and I'll see you folks. My class is still going on at 4 o'clock. Just stay tuned for that. All right. In about an hour and 15 minutes, I'll be providing you guys with the class. All right. Okay. Bye guys. Bye,
Bye.
Patricia. Thank you. Take care.
You too.